There's so many great chicken recipes out there, but for me, I have my go-to everyday baked chicken. Not only does it taste just so good, but it's quick and I can make double or triple the recipe. And what I often do is then slice it, I make little packages, it's so freezer friendly. Honestly, it's one of the easiest meal prep recipes to make, and I am excited to share the recipe with you. First thing is getting prepared. I have some chicken breasts here. I always use organic pasture raised chicken breasts, and I take a board and I will put a piece of parchment paper down or wax paper because I'm all about simple as Simply Sherry, and I don't want to have too many things to clean up. So when this is done, I can just throw the paper away and my board is clean. All right, so let's get started. Get your chicken out and get yourself ready and armed with my favorite thing, a mallet. If you're funny about having anything exposed near chicken, you can always put some gloves on, but I just like to wash my hands afterwards. My favorite thing about doing this is actually two things. One is I get to get all of my aggressions out on my chicken breast, and then also while I'm doing it, my chicken breast gets tenderized. And a lot of times we make chicken and we just take the chicken and put something on it and bake it. But if you pound it just slightly, it will allow for the chicken to become so much more juicy and tender just by giving it a little bit of whack. So I have preheated my oven to 425 degrees. And then, again, Simply Sherry, let's make this easy for cleanup. I have taken a sheet pan and I lined it with foil and I put a piece of parchment paper down on here. Now, you don't have to do both, but I do know with this recipe because it's nice and juicy and we use a little brown sugar, so there's a little bit of caramelization that comes out. And I, again, do not want anything to drip on my sheet pan so that I can fold it all up, toss, and I'm done and I'm ready to eat. And now we're just gonna take a bowl and we are going to mix all of our seasonings together. It's not a lot of them, it's just a little bit of some really nice things. They're not spicy. And I'm going to start with my garlic powder, all right? If you choose to use garlic salt, then you will omit the salt that I'm going to put in here. But if you're not using garlic powder, add a little salt. We have some fresh cracked pepper in here. We have some thyme leaves, and I have some oregano. That is so good. And paprika, because paprika gives us a nice color on our chicken. And then here's the nice part of this. We are adding some brown sugar in there. The brown sugar, as I mentioned, is going to let this have a little bit of caramelization. It's not a lot of sugar. All right, so we get that mixed in. Easy as that. All right, now we're just going to assemble. I'm going to place my chicken breasts down. Again, as I mentioned, if you want, you can wear gloves, but I'm going to wash all of this after, including my hands, so I'm not going to touch anything else. All right. Now, you don't need to pre-salt and pepper these. You're going to, first of all, drizzle some olive oil. So I'm going to drizzle some olive oil on the top here. And then I am going to take some of my mixture and I'm going to put this all over the top. Woo! I love doing it. Cooking is so much fun. It's like you just get to play with all of your food. And then it turns out to be something great. Then I'm going to turn this over. Turn that over. We're going to drizzle some olive oil. And then we're going to use the rest of the spice mixture. Get this all over here. Look at that. Look at the color from the paprika and those herbs. This is going to be amazing. Now we're going to put it in the oven about 18 minutes. Chicken should reach a temperature of 165 degrees when you put a thermometer in. But truly, if you have pounded this a little bit, it's gonna take about 18 minutes, trust me.